Hey, what's going on? I'm just going to do a quick recording for a friend of mine just to show him kind of one of the Guardian Druid builds. Um, anyway, this is the M plus build, and what is it? This right here, one of these. So Moonfire generating rage, Moonfire dealing passive damage, Thrash right there. So Thrash has a 50% chance to launch a Star Surge. That's pretty good. Where's it at? Lunar Beam increases arcane damage. Enemies damaged by Lunar Beam or Fury of Elune take 6% damage from you. Increase Lunar Beam. Where's it at? This one. So Thrash. Thrash now deals arcane damage, and its damage is increased by 12%. This right here, while in bear form, you're healed for 15% of all the damage you do. So you're literally just like Lunar Beam, Moonfire, and Thrash for the most part. I do use Sundering Roar from time to time, as it resets Thrash. Iron Fur and Frenzied Regeneration are kind of like your main go-tos. And then you have Ursoc and Survival Instincts if you really need them. And this makes it hit a second person and deal more damage. That's kind of the majority of the build. This right here, Brambles, protect you, absorbing and reflecting up to 500 damage from each attack, so that's pretty nice. Thrash and Maul grant you an absorb shield for 30% of the damage dealt. This right here is combined with like this and this is absolutely massive. So I don't know. I'm sure there's some other stuff here. Yeah, an extra Thrash. Mangle, I'm not worried about Mangle. Thrash generating rage. Reduces the target's damage done to you, and increases damage you do to them. So then there's Frenzy Regeneration. You take one of these and it gives you 100% effectiveness when you cast it. You could throw another point in there, but you probably really don't need it. Berserk, this gets transferred into Ursoc. Maul and Raise do 30% damage. So this is a wasted talent point, but Moonfire reducing damage dealt to you by 12% is pretty nice. I could see where increased by 80%. I mean, that's a lot. But I could see where, so this is gain magical damage reduction equal to 10% of your damage reduction from armor. I could see where this could be good in like certain instances, but for the most part, it's really not that big a deal. Your direct melee against enemies afflicted by Moonfire causes them to burn for 20 additional arcane damage. That's one I've considered, like, maybe there should be a point in there. But right now, this is just the M plus build that I grabbed off of Wowhead. So we're gonna rock this, and I'm gonna make my way to the delve, and then we'll get started. All right, so I'm gonna do the Grudge Pit. It's a relatively easy one. Everything's kind of compact, and you can grab a whole lot all at once. So we're just gonna start this real quick. I'm gonna get this stuff out of the way. Mark of the Wild, bear form. I've got Valera in like just DPS because I literally don't need her heals, but I am gonna run around and pull all the Nemesis groups and literally just everything like right off the bat. So I'm gonna start over here on the left side. Let me see if I can get a hold of one of these. I guess we could zoom out. And we'll get everything down here. And obviously, like, the damage she's doing is incredible. But I'm also not even, like, keeping Iron Fur up the whole time either. So this build's kind of insane. Winter Beam again, Moonfire, Crash. Get 3 of those Iron Furs up. But I mean, at this point, we're almost done. And you do have some off healing, and so I have an add-on for that. I'm using Voodoo to where I can quickly clear off. What am I in combat with? I don't know. That was everything. I did 142k damage. Valera did 208 healing. My self-healing was 70k heals per second. Absolutely insane. Probably could have grabbed the banner. Should have grabbed the banner. Somebody died here. Misbehaving. I'm not going to worry about grabbing the bonus things. You quite literally don't need them with this build. But having Voodoo there, I do remove corruption. Sometimes you do interrupts, but like on that kind of a pool, I mean, I don't know. I was just focused on killing everything and staying alive, so. But then I'll soothe some of those targets too. I'm sure you guys probably saw that. Oh, there is one more left. Oh, that's the elite whatever. No, it's not. And it's dead. Valera's damage, it's stupid. So I missed one thing, and then that right there, that other elite. Which you don't really need. But being able to quickly like click cast and throw heals, or you know, remove corruption, that kind of stuff's pretty nice to have. I could see in like Mythic Plus it would be good, but in like Raid I wouldn't want to be worried about that. Okay. Why is this it? Oh, defend the barricade, so this one will take a little bit. Ooh, that's chunking. 38,000 damage every 2 seconds. This guy. Right. There's also enough self-healing for like solo targets like this. There's no reason to even hit Frenzied Regeneration or Iron Fur. And I know like those are normally considered critical. Let's grab that. This is gonna be them. Grab them. Oh, I guess I should heal myself. Lunar Beam, Thrash. On the next Thrash, we will use the Centering Roar, Thrash again, heal Galera, Iron Fur, back up to full health. Everything's dead. And shift click's not working for some reason. Oh, I didn't get these two. Sure. Put this back on damage. Okay. Normally we would Lunar Beam off full, but I didn't have it. Also, something to note is Moonfire and Thrash both reduce the cooldown of Lunar Beam, so it's good to be using that. Or as you're using these, it's like you're healing yourself, plus you're increasing or decreasing the time of your cooldown here, so you can really get it back up and going, and you know, go back to healing yourself and doing more damage. So. That's the only thing I'm taking damage from right now, it really seems, is that charge. I put an Iron Fur up, but that don't really heal her again. It's somewhat of a boring build, but you can do a lot in here. Like I've ran this with a friend of mine, so that took us till 13:23, and we started at 4:24, so like right at 9 minutes. And had I not been talking and just pulling it, probably could have done it quicker than that. One thing to talk about too, so I am like fairly geared. Most of it's been through Delves. I'm not gonna use the bonus roll. But I'm not, so for, according to Wowhead, the stats you should be using are gonna be haste and versatility. I'm only 18% versatility. If I changed my two crafted pieces here and here, neck piece and weapon, I think everything else has verse, and probably could get like boots that have verse on them. I mean, it could probably be sitting at like 30% versatility, which would increase, you know, damage and healing, and then also reduce how much damage you're taking in. So you just kind of become like unstoppable at that point. Like I would have been able to pull more than what was in here for me to pull. But anyway, that's kind of all I had for this video, and we will catch you in the next one. Thank you for watching.